Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Victoria. If you are new here, hello, nice to meet you. Today, as a fellow ADHD girly, I have a quick little movement flow for you. So maybe you need to pick me up in the middle of the workday, or you're just feeling a little bit antsy and you want to do something with the energy. Come move with me. So we're going to start standing today. You want to maybe find a little bit wider the hip width distance, keeping that soft bend in those knees. And again, you want to be nice and tall, just a little bit of that curve in your lower back. Ribs are relaxed, top of the head reaching up towards the ceiling, and your arms are just long down by your side. So let's just start with some side reaches. Right arm comes up, and then you're going to dip over to that left side, keeping both of your feet planted on the ground. And you're just going to come down, swoop over to the right, left arm comes up, and now you're on the other side in this little side reach position, and then you're going to straighten back up, arm comes down. Let's just alternate starting sides. So starting with the left arm, going over to the right now, swoop over to the left, right arm comes up, and you're in that side bend, and then you're going to stack back up. You're just breathing however you want to. You can exhale to find that side reach. Inhale to swoop over, and then exhale to come to the other side. Let's just even out on both sides. So one last one. And then you're going to straighten back up, arm comes down, amazing. Coming to the front of the mat, about hip width distance apart with your legs. Your arms are long down by your side, and again, just finding that nice tall spine. You're gonna shift your weight slightly to that left foot, and you're gonna send that right leg back, arm sweeps up, and you're in this sort of backwards lunge position, both of your legs making this 90-degree shape. And then you're gonna step back up, arm comes back down. Alternating legs, left leg comes back, and then it steps up. And you're keeping that weight above those hips. You want to try to keep that straight back, breathing however you want. And then next time you step back with your right, you're going to bring your knee down, and then you're going to bring your left knee down. So you're in this kneeling position. You're gonna sit back onto your heels, keeping those arms up, okay? Let's find a little bit of a chest expansion movement. So you're gonna come up to this kneeling position, and then you're going to bring your elbows out in this little cactus position as you find that chest expansion looking slightly up. So your collarbones are radiating upwards, and you're feeling that stretch in your shoulders. You're gonna straighten up, arms reach back up as you sit back down. So exhaling to come up to find this cactus arm, chest stretch. And then inhale to sit back down, arms reach back up. Let's just do 3 more like this. Keeping your ribs nice and soft. Really trying to focus that expansion in that chest and in that collarbone. So it shouldn't be going into your lower back. Let's just do one last one. And then you're gonna bring your arms all the way down. So let's come to all fours. So 4-point kneeling. Wrists are underneath your shoulders, knees are under your hips. And again, taking stock of that spine. Finding that nice flat back. There's a little bit of that curve in your lower back. Your ribs are nice and supported, so that core connection is there, and the back of your neck is pulling towards the ceiling. Nice soft bend in those elbows. So let's just do a rippling cat and cow. You're going to belly button to spine, find that cat position as you send your bottom back towards your heels. Okay, so you're in this sort of like rest position, child's pose. And then this time you're going to bend the elbow. Maybe it comes down to the mat. As you send your chest forward, you're pushing yourself up back into that 4-point kneeling position, but now you're looking up and your belly button is coming towards that mat. So you're in this sort of like cow position. And again, finding that rounded back as you send your hips backwards. And then coming forwards into that chest expansion. Shoulders away from ears. And just breathe however you want to. Maybe you want to exhale to come back. And inhale to come forwards, but whatever works for you. And let's just do one last one in this direction. And then we're gonna reverse it. So keeping this sort of expansion in the chest, you're going to send your hips back. And then you're going to round your spine as you come forward into that cat position. And again, finding that cow position as you send your hips back. So you have a little of that collarbone expansion when you're sitting back. And then you're going to ripple it forwards. Let's just do one more. And then you're going to come back into that neutral pelvis and spine in your all fours. And we're gonna go into threading the needle. So you're going to open that right arm up towards that ceiling. Your head is going to go follow it. And then you're going to have it swoop down, sending it through that other arm, I guess the loop that you make with the armpit. Your left arm bends, your right ear comes to the mat, and you're going to slowly unravel and then place your hand back down. Left arm opens up, and it's going to thread through. Right elbow bends, left ear to the mat. You can slowly unravel. Hand to the mat. Let's just do one more on each side. Again, trying to keep those hips nice and square. So you're only twisting as far as you can without sort of losing that control of those hips. One last one on your left. And your head is just following that hand as it threads and unthreads. Okay? And then you're just going to sit back into that rest position just to give yourself a little bit of that break. Maybe you want to rotate those wrists a little bit. Because I know this can be quite a challenging position for your wrists. And you're going to slowly come all the way up into kneeling. And then going to come all the way onto your backs. Your feet are on the ground, knees are bent, and your hands are just long down beside you, palms face down. And again, scanning that spine alignment. So the back of your ribs are nice and heavy on that mat, pressing into that mat, leaving just a little bit of that space in your lumbar, okay? Let's just do some hip curls. So exhaling to tilt that pelvis, so you're rounding that tailbone into the mat, and then you're sending your hips all the way up, peeling the spine bone by bone up into roughly where your shoulders are. So you're making that one long line from your knees to your chest. And then you're going to slowly melt back down, starting with the ribs, the mid-back, keeping that tuck in that pelvis until it returns to the mat, and then you're finding that neutral pelvis and spine once more. So exhaling to send those hips up bone by bone. Inhaling at the top, keeping the ribs nice and relaxed. And then exhaling to slowly come back down, melting down, using that core to help you facilitate and coordinate that descent. Okay. Next time that you come up on that exhale, when you inhale at the top, you're going to bring your arms up and all the way back, keeping it hovered just above the ground. And your arms are going to stay there as you start to melt that spine back down. It's just to challenge your stability a tiny, tiny bit more. And then you're going to bring your arms up and all the way back down. Let's just do one more like this. And then when you're done, we're going to come back up into that shoulder bridge. So tilting that pelvis to send it all the way up. And we're gonna stay here. And again, keeping a softness in your ribs. You You can either keep your hands by your side or you can bring them up if you want to. So you're going to lower that hip halfway and then squeeze those glutes to send it back up. Exhaling to dip, inhaling to lower. Let's just do 3, and 2, 1, and then you're gonna slowly melt back down. Nice and slow. Lovely. Bring your arms back down. We're going to pop our legs up into that tabletop double knee fold one at a time. And you're going to glue them together. Your hands are going to come into this low V position, so slightly wider than the mat, and your palms are facing up towards the ceiling. And we're gonna do some hip rolls. So this is really thinking about moving from that bottom part of your spine. You're going to send those knees over to the right, really keeping them stuck together. Your lower back is going to start to lift, and you're only going as far as you can without lifting that left shoulder, and then you're gonna slowly bring that lower back onto the mat. Exhaling to go onto the other side, using that core connection to find where that biting point is, and then inhaling to bring it all the way back using that center. Let's just do 2 more. And then evening out on both sides. And then go ahead, and when you're done, hug those knees in. Maybe you can do a little bit of a rocking side to side. Maybe you want to draw circles in alternating directions, just to give that back a bit of a release. And then you can even circle both of those knees, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, you're just going to set your foot back down one at a time, roll over to the side to push yourself up, and you are all done. Thank you so much for joining me on the mat today. Whether you have ADHD or not, I hope that was helpful in helping you just regain a bit of focus and a bit of energy for you to take on the rest of your day. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely week, and I will see you next time. Bye.